Hello and welcome to Patch. I'm your host Paul James. Today I'm joined by Matto Phillips and Damo Camilleri. How are you, gentlemen?
Super.
Shaka bra.
Ready to go back into isolation again?
Hey,
Yes.
Victoria, keep
Yeah,
them
we-
numbers up.
Got to get those numbers up. They're rookie numbers.
That could be the new number plate for Victoria.
We-
The we can't say. Can we say the word yet? Can we still say
yeah,
the word, or we
yeah,
have to
yeah.
go
It's just the Corona state, whatever.
the COVID state?
Yeah, that'll do. Oh, good. We ticked off both words. We're good. So today, off the back of our very successful episode last week where we spoke about all the PlayStation announcements and how awesome those things were, we're now flipping things completely and talking about shit going wrong. So Warner Brothers Games, or WB Games, is up for sale. Their parent company AT&T is kind of fobbing off. They don't want to borrow video games anymore. They want to sell everything under that umbrella. So I'm guessing like that is the developers, that is the licenses, all for a sum of $4 billion, which is an absurd amount. I don't know what the both of you think. But, I mean, we discussed this before we started recording. Yeah, there's Harry Potter, there's Lord of the Rings, there's Batman, but and Mortal Kombat and all that sort of thing, and Lego. But do you think they're worth $4 billion?
Oh, well,
No.
Lego and Harry Potter alone are $1 billion.
But again,
industry,
just this is the game licenses though, not the
Lego.
Yeah, you're not getting
Yeah.
the ability to make
No, it
movies.
doesn't have to be the Lego though. Like, I mean, Lego can just say, "Hey, can you make this game?" Any DC Lego game sells like hotcakes. Any Star Wars Lego game sells like a shit ton. There's more Jurassic Park coming out. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure Harry Potter's not done in the cinematic universe. I'm sure they've got more stuff going on there. But if you ask me who should buy it, if enough people subscribe to player2.au's
We'll buy the
Patreon,
Harry Potter license.
we should buy the lot for $4 billion.
I reckon
So,
if we
if you
get 1%
subscribe-
of it,
Yeah, we'll buy a steak.
well, 1% stake. What's
Yeah.
that? Why?
Still
40,000 or something. Something.
1% of $4 billion.
If everybody
$4 million.
subscribed, though,
400,000.
Sorry, $40 million.
signs up to our Patreon.
$4 million.
today.
40 bit. Oh, who cares? Whatever. I'm a maths teacher. I should know this.
Come on,
Um,
Paul.
It's late in the evening.
Teaching
So
the future here.
rather than we're not going to, rather than buying out everything that WB Games owns, we decided that instead of buying them all out, that it's basically going to be THQ fire sale style. If either you remember that those days when THQ were basically up
Oh,
for
yeah.
sale and. Now, not that the names of the studios were necessarily as big as some of the ones we're talking about here, but they had that fire sale and people just kind of picked at the corpse of THQ. It was pretty funny, actually. But
Poor South Park.
oh yeah, well, Ubisoft picked them up and saved that game, so I'll take it.
Yeah, no, it's not that a thing.
Darksiders was saved.
Ever longer.
Yeah.
Everything took forever that was sitting there in development hell. It was like, you poor souls. Like, it would have sucked so hard.
Oh,
So
for the
many-
developers trying to find a home is pretty rough.
Mm.
Think about those wrestling games and how much better they got.
Ah, shit. It's been a downhill slide
Oh.
ever since. But we're going down that path ourselves, so we kind of compiled a few names. Now, obviously, there are a larger number of studios than just the ones that we've mentioned here, and they've got a fairly long history. But we're focusing today on TT Games, the Traveller's Tales, the folks who do the Lego games. We've got NetherRealm, who do Mortal Kombat and Injustice. We've got Rocksteady, who made the Batman Arkham trilogy, because apparently they don't count Origins. That was Warner Brothers Montreal, which we'll talk about as well. Monolith, people know them for Fear, and they know them for the Shadow of Mordor, like Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor games in recent years. And then probably the throwaway studio of the bunch, Avalanche, who worked on the Disney Infinity games. They mostly kind of focus. This is not the same Avalanche that does Mad Max and Just Cause and all that stuff. This is like some other company also called Avalanche that are, like
Aren't they
probably-
a terrorist cell?
that too
Okay.
in Final Fantasy VII lore, yeah. So-
Just cover those tracks.
We thought, okay, let's take a bit of a look and what companies might go for some of these different developers if that was the path that this thing went down. Now we could probably sit there and say THQ for every single one of these, given that they're alive and kicking again. But and they buy anything that's got a pulse. But we'll start maybe at the top of the list that we kind of had. I shot you guys the list of the names before, and we just rattled them off a moment ago. TT Games, so the people who make Lego, Who do you reckon would be a good one to go pick up those guys?
Capcom.
Oh yeah. Why is that? What makes Capcom a good fit?
Then Capcom could then add their licenses to it, and you could have Lego Capcom games and
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
In the Lego form.
Oh,
Beat 'em up.
Lego Marvel vs. Capcom. That'd be cool.
But I think Capcom do a really great job of making games. And I don't know, if you put the brilliant minds behind I was gonna say Mega Man or things like that. The team's
Will
still
Ferrell.
there. But it's just pretty much for me, it's licensing, right? If you're keeping TT as is and just shifting it, and then it's easier to use Capcom licenses for things. It's like Lego Pac-Man, Lego Street Fighter for all I care. It doesn't actually even have to be a fighting
Lego
game.
Street Fighter.
It just be like a
Lego Minecraft.
story-based,
That's Xbox. Wait, what? That confused me on about 15 different levels. That one.
Yeah, I think it's a good fit. Even the Lego Mega Man stuff, it fits because the Lego games can be fun, childish collectathons for adults, platinum, challenges. They're really cool. And
did you have any ideas?
They can do anything. They just
I didn't have anything. I was going to be a smart ass and say Remedy, but just do everything in slow motion Lego action
with slow motion Lego Max Payne.
Yeah, well that'd be good.
Sadly, they don't own that anymore, and that's that Rockstar has that bad boy. But
maybe Rockstar can take it.
Yeah, maybe Rockstar can take it.
Make it a violent Lego game. GTA Lego.
Let's do that.
Lego, how phenomenal.
Trevor Phillips as a Lego man. Doing the most violent shit possible to look kid friendly as. Show that shit on YouTube.
Yeah, they go down like a level. So for me, I instantly thought of EA because EA is the sort of company that's. I'm not saying it's necessarily a good fit, but I'm saying it's perhaps the logical, most realistic possible fit if we went down this path. EA likes a license to print money. They like having themselves licenses, like Star Wars at the moment. And the whole TT Games thing is that they kind of get in bed with other licenses and then they make games based on them, whether that's Harry Potter, whether that's Lord of the Rings, whether that's Star Wars, whether it's the Marvel movies and the DC stuff. EA had lapped that shit up, and they don't.
So infuriating.
They don't have to think about it whatsoever. They can just churn this shit out annually.
I just, for some reason,
I'm happy.
I thought Nintendo for a second because you could get you can build your little Lego thing and then scan it on your top of your Switch, like those little, what are they called? I don't even know what they're called.
Amiibos.
Amiibos. You can do it in Lego form.
Lego Amiibo. That'd go right.
Look, if EA,
I've upset you with EA.
But if EA promise no microtransactions, right? I don't want to pay for alternative costumes. Everything should be unlockable in the game within reason.
I don't think even the current games have allow that. I think there's.
What?
I think even the current Lego games, there's downloadable costumes and that cost you microtransactions.
Yeah, but I don't think that. Yeah, I think you can just buy the season pass. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah. There's the expansion season pass as well, but
yeah. But I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It's been a while since I played a Lego game and actually looked into all that stuff. But if they promise not to be a jerk about it, like, hey, you've brought episode 1 of Star Wars. It's $40 for episode 2. It's like, no, release a trilogy, you asshole. It's $100
like
for the next one. Yeah, please just don't do that. They just got a reputation for it. It does. It upsets me. Give it to Capcom. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Mega Man,
hey, Capcom's not a bad choice. Next on the docket is NetherRealm. So again, the guys who do Mortal Kombat, most notably, but also Injustice. Who would be good for a fighting game studio? Who needs a fighting game studio?
Who did Dragon Ball FighterZ?
Arc System Works. There's some small fry company. Well, they're not small fry actually. They do like the BlazBlues and all those. They actually apparently their fighting games are all amazing. But then they get it published through Bandai Namco, I think. But again, I think it's a case they just publish it. I don't think they actually own the company or anything like that. So maybe they need a fighting game studio then.
Yeah, maybe. No, I don't know. That's all anime games, eh? It's a little bit different.
Matto, what about
It's a
you?
little bit
Any
different.
ideas at all?
Nah, I was just gonna say Rare, but then I realised that's the
You're
Xbox
taking the
only.
piss.
Hey, they had Killer Instinct. That was a good game back on the Super Nintendo.
Well, they
Oh,
did, yeah.
True.
But,
True.
So give it to
Like,
Xbox.
I can deal with that. Chuck it to
Mid-
Xbox.
Does Midway still exist? Or are they gone?
Who was that? Sorry.
Midway?
Yeah, they're well and truly
you-
cooked. They're
Oh,
dead.
damn.
Yeah.
They can have it back.
Well,
THQ.
Give it. THQ. Give it to THQ.
So what about Bethesda?
Even.
But they're not, no, are they known for fighting games? First
No,
person?
but they need, like, if they get the right studio. Again, think about all the games they make. There's Doom, Ultraviolet,
First
there's
person.
Oh,
which is first
they did
person.
make Doom.
Yeah, they make
not
Doom. They've got
Bungie.
Wolfenstein. They've got a whole, but now a few of those are
First person.
shooters. They've got other,
Fallout 76.
yeah. Well, they've got some shit there as
They
well.
are good. They are good storytellers. Give them that.
Well, no,
They
keep
can
in
tell a
mind,
good
like
story.
you wouldn't lose the studio. You're getting Ed Boon and you're getting all the talent. It's just giving them a home and where would they best fit? Like, so
Oh yeah, Bethesda
Yeah,
could work.
I think
no,
Bethesda would be fantastic
I like
in that, right?
Bethesda.
they've had a few misses, and again, like Fallout 76 was one of them, and fuck, that's a turd.
Fallout
But
4, Fallout 3,
Wolfenstein.
2.
I'll give them pass for Fallout 1 and 2. Fallout 1 and 2 wasn't it wasn't their thing, and lo and behold, they were actually good games. But it's just when they tried to Elder Scrollsify Fallout and they ruined it. Just make the Elder Scrolls, all right? I don't want to have to wait till 2024 to play Elder Scrolls 6. But it looks like it's going to happen.
It's gonna be Skyrim, the remastered edition.
I can't wait for the
With
inevitable
extra arrow to the knee.
Skyrim Fighting Edition now. When they take
Skyrim Lego edition.
Ooh. Okay, so we're sending that to EA as well. We'll send Bethesda over there. So have I convinced a
Alright.
few of you then with Bethesda? I reckon I have.
I think
Yeah.
Bethesda could do with a fighting studio. That'd be
It'd be
good.
very surprising because then they could. Well, I was gonna say Injustice as well, but
I don't think Injustice should continue. I'm pretty sure the first 2 years were good enough.
Yeah, right.
Or-
I don't know enough about it.
I don't. I mean, the comics were fantastic, and I loved it. But it's just like, maybe don't like doing like you can still rock it up in the DC world, but like make it like a multiverse game. So actually, yeah, Justice League would be fucking sweet.
It's
Injustice
currently
League.
free on every like the original game, Injustice: Gods Among
Oh,
Us.
yeah,
It's free
this
on
week, yeah,
PS4,
free.
Xbox One, PC. If it's on the Switch, it's probably free on the Switch as well. They're just giving it away at the moment. So if you want to go jump on your PlayStation or whatever and redeem that's
is that how bad things are? Here, have our
they,
game.
they did something else recently as well. I can't remember, and this was before the announcement. I can't remember what it was, but they gave something away free. I'm pretty sure.
Bugger.
So- It's just
No,
free. It's not a
no.
PlayStation Plus thing. It's not a Games with Gold thing. You can just go there and you just go and find it in the store, and that's it. I think Damo's doing it right as we speak.
Yeah, he's looking for
Nah,
it.
I'm not that rude. Why would I do that?
100% off, eh? All right, next. While Damo's buying Injustice and sliding off camera, we'll go with perhaps the biggest name on our list here, Rocksteady. So the guys that you two in particular know very, very well at the moment, since you two are smashing through the Batman Arkham games. They've done Arkham. Well, they kind of hit the mainstream and they actually became a studio worth paying attention to with Arkham Asylum and then Arkham City and then Arkham Knight. Thoughts?
The first thought that came to me was Insomniac because it feels like.
It's a PlayStation.
Yeah, no. Then I realised it's only PlayStation.
Yeah, because they're owned by PlayStation.
EA. No, I'm not going EA. How about Bungie? Oh, they still exist? I forgot.
Yeah, they still exist. Remember, they do Destiny.
Oh yes.
But they're independent, so I guess technically they could pull them in. I don't know if they'd have anywhere near enough money to be able to pull in a team that big, but
Well, maybe CD. Was it CD
Projekt
Projekt?
Red. Yeah, they're in the same part of the world, so you could do that as well. I
Third
instantly
person, they'll
thought,
have a good adventure.
yeah, I instantly thought Take Two, so 2K and Private Division, because
Ooh.
they are I think they get forgotten in the bit. Like when you talk about the big publishers out there, I think people forget Take-Two a little bit because they kind of separate them into 2K and they separate them into.
I think they do Red Dead, some of the Rockstar
exactly.
stuff as well.
Take-Two publishes all the Rockstar stuff. They publish NBA 2K. They publish Borderlands. Then they've got the whole private division stuff where we saw the Outer Worlds last year, and we saw most recently Disintegration and stuff. Like they're huge, and they are like in the top 3 most profitable games publishers out there. Mostly carried by GTA, but I think like they'd be the perfect fit to take on Rocksteady. And all the reports say that Rocksteady aren't the ones working on this new Batman game. That it is the Warner Brothers Montreal, their internal team. But like that team, now that they've kind of cut their teeth on Batman, even if they were doing something else licensed or if they were doing their own thing, I think you'd want to get on board with that studio because that's. They're outside of the criticism was right. I think I know you guys are replaying them at the moment, but I think the criticism was right about the Arkham Knight with the car stuff. But when you separate that little component from the rest of the game, that game's incredible.
It's damn good. I think people just think about the car part sucks. Like, don't worry about the car part. You don't have to play that.
Do everything else.
You just ignore the car. You don't need it. The only time you need the car is when you go to knock out someone. And just have a cool exit strategy. And that's it.
So, that's what I was finding. Like the car, outside of side missions, the car's not needed. Yeah. There's a couple of missions where you do need it, but outside
put your
of that,
passengers in the car.
They didn't really force it down your throat as much as like I was led to believe. And its mechanics are pretty good, if I'm being honest. Like,
Oh yeah, no, the game's amazing.
Drift around the corner.
Like grapple hook going up the wall.
Yeah, there's some cool shit going on there. So does Take-Two speak to the both of you? I don't know. Like I reckon they've got money to burn. They could just go, look, just use our GTA Online money and go make yourself a game. And if it's successful, great. And if it's not, who cares? Because
still got money to kill.
We've got money. We'll make all the money back after one more day.
We made $1 billion in 3 days with GTA 5. And we should be okay.
And they're about to put it out on PS5 and Xbox Series X, so they're just going to make all this money all over again.
Nintendo Switch.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, wait for it to come to Switch. Surely it's going to happen at some point. Might be just the PS3 360 version, but surely at some stage.
So, GTA 1 and 2.
Anyone got any thoughts on it? Like, I don't know, agree, disagree? Anyone
I agree with 2.
Something?
Was it Take-Two?
Yeah, Take-Two.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Probably doesn't matter where they fit under that. They can be with 2K or Private Division. Who cares? They're all under the big same umbrella.
2K.
All right, next one. Monolith. So this is the team that did Fear, like F.E.A.R. That real that horror first-person shooter, and then most recently, I still never really got around to playing those. I've got to do that someday. But and then of course Middle Earth, Shadow of War, and Shadow of Mordor. Most recently, so they've been working with the Lord of the Rings license.
Lord of the Rings.
Any first thoughts at all?
EA. Only because they've had Lord of the Rings games in the past.
Yeah, they could go back.
They were quite fun, but that was before the old microtransaction stuff came in. But they were actually good games. Oh, well, I thought they were good games.
No, they weren't bad at all. People love Return of the King in particular.
Oh yeah, that's
amazing.
Fun. Killing Offlins, it's great. Trying to kill Offlins. No, he's still trying to find injustice.
No. I'm looking at a studio right now that I was thinking was gonna. Why? They're all the Sony Interactive. This sucks. Who did Bloodborne?
Who did Bloodborne? From Software. They are independent, so they kind of go wherever they want. So they'll go to Activision with Sekiro. They go to PlayStation for for Bloodborne. They go to Bandai Namco for Dark Souls. They go wherever they want. So yeah, that's an option. If you just want them to partner up.
Or CD Projekt.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good fit. I like
Ooh.
that. Especially you're talking about a company that's doing a first-person game now and has done third-person action kind of RPGs as well with The Witcher.
So like that medieval type fantasy.
Yeah,
thing?
that could work.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
I just think that they could benefit from using each other's engines and things like that. A lot of potential there, especially with Amazon releasing their their Prime series of Lord of the Rings. So obviously there will be some kind of Lord of the Rings game coming out again. Just maybe it fits. I don't know, but
Couldn't be any worse than
Could
that
be
Game of
worse.
Thrones one.
was it Game of Thrones game?
Yeah,
Oh, was
apparently
that-
it was really
yeah.
bad.
Oh yeah, there was a pretty shit one.
Outside of the Telltale game, there was something else, wasn't there?
And even then, the Telltale one's probably the weakest of all those as well. So I don't know. I just think they had some problems with Game of Thrones there for a little while.
Oh yeah, because everyone wanted to cash in. No one had an idea what they were doing.
Yeah.
That's all. It's nothing on
from
their behalf.
Winter
was
is
just every
coming,
company.
and
It's still coming.
Yeah.
Let's tell more stories
Winter
about
is
how winter's coming.
Everyone would have been keen for the idea, but nothing.
Yeah, it didn't quite work.
Yeah.
Just like the ending, if you believe a lot of people out there. They're wrong.
and that
Game of
one
Thrones
and
was
that
great.
one episode you couldn't see anything.
Yeah, I've got to go watch I've got on Blu-ray. I've got to go watch that now that I don't have to deal with
Brightness at 100.
and assorted other issues that come with obtaining episodes via
Coffee
other means.
cups.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's the coffee cup too. Yeah, that's right. I remember that being in the
I
background.
wonder if they've taken that out, or is it still in there?
I hope they
Preserved in
keep it.
history.
I hope they kept it.
They should. If they don't keep it,
No, they
then-
edited it out already.
Oh, did they?
They edited it out, but as soon as it happened, because it was on HBO, but as on HBO Go, it was gone.
Ah,
So when they put it on their streaming service, it was gone, like done.
So it
That
took
shit.
like 20 million people to figure out their problem. Well
Yep.
done, everyone.
Pretty much a season
I-
of problems.
I had Bethesda, but specifically Xbox. Actually, I thought that it could be another studio that Xbox picks up. Again, this is a team they're talented. They can do first-person shooters. They can do action, big action. Like, they wouldn't be able to take the Lord of the Rings license with them. I have no doubt about that. But to get a studio like that with that sort of varied skill set, I think it'd be great for them. And it's a high-profile studio. They need high-profile studios, so why not? So that was kind of my thought on
Yeah.
that one.
What?
True, especially because most of the Xbox games are going to come across the PlayStation anyway. Go for it.
So next one, and probably the throwaway one of the whole lot, Avalanche, the team that did the Disney Infinities and all that, and they've done some movie tie-ins and all that sort of stuff. They're certainly, at least in terms of the bucks, the least viable studio of the whole lot. But is there a company out there that you could see that would pick that up? Keep in mind that the last 5-6 years that they've worked on have been Toys for Life games, or Toys to Life games. Sorry, like
Square
THQ.
Square Enix.
Square Enix.
THQ would be perfect. I thought Activision because they love that sort of shit.
Oh.
Ah, yeah.
But
There we
I
go.
actually,
Company
but you've
I was
actually.
really.
Oh really? I was gonna say you've turned me around a little bit on THQ though. Actually no,
They
that's kind
would-
of what. That's kind of what made them broke last time.
Yeah, as I said, that does be the one thing they buy. Like, how about Lord of the Rings? Nah, don't need it. Batman, nah. How about this one? Yep, done.
Give me some
Throw the
toy
money at
figures. Yeah.
We'll print amiibo money.
Oh, what? No one's buying
That
those
worked out
anymore?
well.
Oh, shit.
Monopoly
That
money.
worked out well for Monopoly McMillions.
Bitcoin.
No, but I don't know. It's a tricky one. Like, I mean, I agree with you there, but I just thought, like, when it came to my head, Square Enix, because if they do that, like, Toys to Life thing, and they ever plan on making another Kingdom Hearts, again,
Oh,
it's
shit.
printed money. It's printed money across, putting toys in something that's a JRPG, but it's tough. It's a tough sell in Japan. That's all.
No, they'd love that, surely, right? Like, just, you got all of a sudden millions of figures. There's Sora and there's Goofy and Donald and then a million other Disney characters. Surely they'd lap that shit up, right?
They've already lap up so much. Yeah, they already lap up so much. Like,
You reckon it's just
We were
one too many
importing-
things, or?
we were Australia was importing amiibos from Japan. Right, that's how when there was amiibo shortage, your most amiibos had like Japanese language on them because they were like So actually, if you kept all your amiibos in their packets, the English speaking ones of first gen are actually worth more than the Japanese ones.
Ah, shit, broke all mine out.
Who would have thought?
You.
Oh, what a shame that you play with the things that you actually.
Use them rather than like all the traumatized.
Use them for their actual purpose instead of just let them sit in a box for the rest of their life.
Well, I had people ask me. One of
Give
them
them
was
freedom.
Player 2's own Dylan Burns. After I did the recent unboxing for The Last of Us Part 2, he's like, "So what'd you do with the box?" I'm like, "Put it in the fire."
In true Last of Us 4,
and like,
as you would do.
People get rattled by that shit. There was unboxings I did in the past where I was just like, I know some people get really antsy about, like, I don't know, there's people when they do their unboxings, they're really slow and meticulous and they don't want to damage anything. And me, it's just fucking tear the box open. I don't care. I don't care about this shit. I want what's inside it. God damn it.
I was gonna say, it's a good thing they never see me do an unboxing. I'll just get a knife and just cut the box open. Just go all the way
that a
around
knife?
and just go.
That's it. From now on, once a month, Player 2 patched. We're patched. We are opening Kinder Surprises.
Yeah. Then
We're just showing how each three of us do it. Matto with his shredding of the knife, Padge with his just
burning of
fucking
boxes,
bridal rage,
and Damo with a hammer.
Just carefully. This is a Kinder Surprise. Just very beautiful. Oh, I've still got my Zone of the Enders box, Paul. I don't keep anything. I still have it.
Nice.
So
And
I'll
I guess
patch it back up. I'll
Yeah.
patch it back up with some tape.
Yeah, should be sweet.
Good as new.
Patching.
Patch the perks.
Boxes.
Patch those perks.
Oh fuck, that guy.
Oh, he's our hero.
So Activision,
Move
Square
on.
Enix, I can see it. Last studio or last, I guess, bundle of studios. These are all the kind of WB internal ones. So they've got one in San Francisco. They've got Montreal, which is kind of the main one. They're the ones that are working on the new Batman game at the moment. The one that's still to be announced. That I don't know, was it like probably 50 episodes ago that we spoke about the Court of Owls and all
Court
that
of
shit.
Owls.
So that one. So
Yes.
again, like for the sake of this whole argument, we understand that whenever AT&T gets their sale, it's going to be everything. It's not just things aren't splitting off in different directions. But with our little argument there, who takes a team that we know is capable of working on Batman games and doing it to a pretty high standard? I thought Ubisoft.
Sony Studios.
Sony.
Shit.
Yeah, because then they not only have Spider-Man, but they also have Batman, the two best comic book games known to mankind, and they just sit on their throne of money laughing at everybody. It's like, PC Master Race, eat a bag of dicks, we've got fucking the best games ever. And
I
they
can't
made
tell if
gold,
this is a bit
solid,
still or... There we go, there it was a bit.
solid. They made a solid gold, like in that Simpsons episode. The home is just,
I think you've convinced me. I thought Ubisoft there because, I don't know, they probably need another 1,000 people to work on the next Assassin's Creed or Watch Dogs, but...
I was going to say Blizzard so they can turn it into a mobile game.
Oh.
It just...
fuckers are gonna stop. This is probably, even when we're joking, there's people on the other side of their headphones right now going, "Stop it!"
There's people from Blizzard going...
Play.
There's people from Blizzard going, oh shit, that's a good idea. Or people from Lego going, what did we think about building all this stuff before?
Fuck, Lego Minecraft,
What
of
if-
course.
Lego
What
Minecraft,
if,
Lego
though-
Libidos, or whatever they're called.
What if though Lego just go, shit, we've got enough money, we'll buy a studio and just start making games as well as Lego.
Or IKEA.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because KFC are joining the gaming world with their
Oh, yeah,
KF.
that Colonel Sanders dating sim one.
what? No, the KFC bucket machine thing. Did you not see KFC gaming?
Hang on a second. While you're
Go-
while you're talking about that,
Go-
I'm going to find the Colonel Sanders dating sim thing because
Oh, God.
I love that game. It's fantastic.
I
It's
can't.
not as creepy as Burger King's, like,
That's right. I love
Burger
you,
King
Colonel Sanders.
surprise.
A finger-licking good dating simulator.
Yes.
On Steam with a 9 out of 10 rating based on 7,863 reviews. Which...
Is it just like general questions about chicken?
I have no
their-
idea.
What their favourite sort of dishes are?
I mean,
What
it-
burger?
I'm seeing a screenshot here where it looks like Colonel Sanders is trying to power up like a Dragon Ball Z character, and his shirt is starting to come open at the top. He's also not fat.
Yes. Yes. I don't get. Have you not played John Cena Dating Simulator?
No, I haven't.
Senpai Cena is incredible. Oh, please notice me, Senpai Cena. Ah! Away!
I don't know what's going on. Holy
Oh,
shit.
fuck.
I'm going
I
to
can't
suggest that
remember
we
what we're
send them
talking
to,
about.
to Ubisoft, because Ubisoft, they're a studio that's particularly good at, okay, our first game was alright.
Wow.
and
What
then
game
they
are we
improve.
talking about? I've forgotten.
Let's-
Since this
let's-
whole Lego and
Yeah, let's
KFC
say
and
let's say
chicken.
they took them on. Yeah, let's say they took them on and they were working on. They
Oh,
kept
right.
working on Batman. They got the Batman license at the same time. Like they could put out the
Oh.
first game similar to Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs. It might be like a 7, 8 out of 10. But then that studio is one studio that really they learn. Like they take a lot of time to really study the reception, what people thought, and then learn and improve on it. So I reckon you could see of all the kind of third-party companies out there, if you were to send a Batman license somewhere, they would be the ones capable of making the best series of Batman games. It might take one game that's only so-so at the beginning, but then they'll just build on it.
Yeah.
Holy shit, it'll be huge. Like Assassins, like Watch Dogs.
So the
like
stealth
Far
will be
Cry.
good.
That
That stealth will be
yeah,
fantastic.
it's
So
just
just get out his little blade and just go.
just another excuse for him not to put out Splinter Cell, though, which sucks. But anyway.
It's like Prince of Persia or Batman.
What do we
Prince of
choose?
Persia it is.
Rest in peace, Prince.
Also known as Assassin's Creed Origin.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that was meant. Yeah, that surely at some point that was meant to be a Prince of Persia game. And they're like, nope, let's
It's like, do we want to do Prince of Persia? Why don't we turn it into an Assassin's Creed game? Brilliant.
done it. Off they go.
Done.
And I guess the last thing's not a studio of any sort. As Damo loses his video, we'll just continue to power on. So he'll hopefully come back. The last thing that we've kind of got here is the. Oh, he's starting to come back. He's shifting us all over the place.
Hi, I'm Damo.
we've all just shifted. You've become Damo. There he goes. Damo is back.
What happened?
Any-
Shit.
Anyone who's listening on podcast services, go check out the video at this moment, because you'll just see everyone just swap spots. That could have ended far worse than what it could have
Oh
did in the end.
my
Though.
god! Everything in my house just went nuts. It was insane.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, and
Apocalypse.
this is on my phone, so this is the crazy part, because my phone dropped
Yeah,
and my
you've-
lights went all
EA's
weird.
listening.
Yeah, holy shit, we've upset the Warner
Don't worry.
Brothers gods. Batman's coming.
We'll
Batman
patch
is here. We'll patch the perks. So the last one that I thought I'd throw out there, it's not a studio at all, but it's the license, because they do own the Harry Potter license. Who would make a good Harry Potter game? Where would we send Harry Potter?
Oh,
And this can be
Bethesda.
just any studio. Oh, Bethesda.
Bethesda.
Because it's ultra
They're
violent.
good. Because they do all the wizardry shit with Skyrim. That'd work.
Oh, great. Another excuse not to get Elder Scrolls 6. Fuck.
There you go. No, it will be Elder Scrolls. It's just Harry Potter
It's set at
medieval
Hogwarts.
times.
Damo, what about you?
EA was my
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they did it. Yeah, they did the Harry Potter series
Yeah, back in the day.
back in the day. That's all
I
they
had
did
no
with bloody
idea
movies.
about that. I was just sitting there thinking, like, it'd be great because everyone would start off with Expelliarmus, and then, to get Avacadabra or whatever it's called, Avacadabra, whatever, I can't remember. all the
Wingardium
spells.
Leviosa.
That's an extra $5, but to unlock all the spells, it's only $3,000.
Reparo.
You're fucking great. You could be like the best MMO ever. You just have to spend all the money. So, to become the ultimate wizard, you just pay to win. And eventually, like, everybody just becomes Voldemort because they're so infuriated.
And you get
Wizarding
into
world is
into
just
the PvP mode, and everyone's just killing each other with
filled with death.
hocus pocus.
Oh, Blizzard would be great. Make a World of Warcraft, but World of Wizardry.
The Harry Potter MMO.
World of
Wow.
Mudbloods.
Just go out into the streets of London and just start
Just
butchering.
clone 40 Harry Potters. It'd be like Command and Conquer.
That goes alright.
Have a clone Harrys. Go. Inspecto Patrolum.
But oh shit! And on that note, we'll wrap things up there. I think it's fair to say that none of these predictions will come true, but that's what makes Patch so
Hey.
we're so consistent.
Just wait till
He's
Blizzard
always
is by.
he's so
Come on.
dowdy.
We're
Capcom
so
are going to
Think
take it
about
all. Fuck
See
you.
about that PS5 one, we got them all right.
oh yeah
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
There was a
close
few.
to the best
we-
we've ever done, actually.
Yeah, it's probably our best. Some of them were just so damn obvious. But
Well,
on that note, we'll wrap things up there. If you enjoyed the episode, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All those buttons are down the bottom. Hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live. That includes more Patch, The Insider, probably not anymore, the Late Game Review, Gamer School, and a whole bunch more. There's some awesome stuff there, so go and check it out. Matto's got a peg on his face. In fact, what's going on with pegs in you two this episode? I don't have any.
I found one. I found one.
Yeah, I'm using an ironing board and I keep my pegs there. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, right. So go check out all those videos. There's some awesome stuff there. Lots of Player 2 plays. They're rolling out daily, and unboxings, as I mentioned before, where you can see me not care for the packaging for The Last of Us.
And not care about the kids you teach either.
I did that at 4:30 after school. They were all gone.
What about those detention kids?
Fuck that. They can go home on a Friday. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. So yeah, go check out all the videos. Visit the website player2.net.au for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, shit tons of more stuff. There's our Last of Us Part 2 review there, a whole bunch of
10
other
out of
features
10.
as well.
10 out of 10.
Because everyone who played The Last of Us Part 2 beforehand was paid off, apparently, if you believe
Yeah.
the internet. So
So was I. I was
Because-
paid off.
yeah,
I've
because
never played it.
Yeah,
God forbid there's
got-
lesbians in the game.
I got that big payoff money.
Yeah.
I'm
All
sitting
that
on-
in-
that's why I got.
All
That's why I'm wearing
internet
beats this time because I got that. I got that.
Stupid
I've got-
fuckers, just get back in your hole, you trolls.
I
But
got
anyway.
all that internet money.
Yeah. We're rolling in it.
All of it.
Well, we bought a share in AT&T, and then just in time to sell all this shit, and we're golden.
Oh, $1 billion.
So we're also, speaking of money, as much as we're also rolling in billions and billions of dollars thanks to our sale of all these studios, we also wouldn't mind some of your bucks at patreon.com/player2au. At the lower tiers, you get early access to episodes. At the higher tiers, monthly episode exclusives. And then there's Twitter. Matto, where can you be found?
Matto_Phil.
Damo, you're at
Cargo store.
Paul James Games for me. The website's player2au. And until next time, save your pennies and go buy a Batman license.
Oh shit.
See you guys.